The Farm Bill has passed the House Agricultural Committee on partisan lines. This is H.R. 2, the Agriculture and Nutrition Act of 2018. It reauthorizes farm programs, directs the nation's agriculture policy, and it does it for the next 5 years. Why are we talking about it today? Because there's language in the Farm Bill that dramatically impacts people receiving food assistance. We're going to talk about that more in just a little bit. This is a long-standing bipartisan legislative package that comes up for reauthorization and a little tweaking every 5 years or so. It's a big chunk of money that gets reauthorized each year for farm programs and helps set the policy of the agricultural community moving forward. It has passed the House Agricultural Committee, just happened, and now it goes on to the House. They expect in early May, then to the Senate in later May. It's important to talk about right now because it is including stricter work requirements for the millions of low-income Americans that are receiving SNAP benefits, also called FoodShare, also called food stamps, otherwise known as food support for low-income individuals. The language in the new Farm Bill requires adults that are age 18 to 59, so not children and not senior citizens, to work or enroll in a work training program that is at least 20 hours a week, and this includes parents, in order to keep their food security benefits. If you don't meet the requirements, you could be locked out of your food benefits for a year. If you fail to meet the requirement a second time, you could be locked out for up to 3 years. So parents could be locked out of their FoodShare benefits for up to 3 years for not meeting that 20 hours a week or part-time employment requirement of the bill. Now, the impact of this is what's getting national attention. People are saying that this would end or cut benefits for a substantial number of low-income individuals, increase food insecurity and hardship for almost that 5 to 7 million number is what we're hearing the most. The House Agricultural Committee acknowledged that they would think about 1 million households impacting about 2 million people would lose benefits almost immediately by not being able to meet that work requirement, that very strict work requirement in the language of the bill. It's also called something that has a very far-reaching economic impact because food benefits don't just impact the consumer, the person that's benefiting directly by getting that Quest card or that FoodShare card in the mail and the family members in that household. It's impacting grocers and the retailers in the grocery industry much broader. So you can think of wherever people spend that food benefit money, that is revenue that is not going to be coming into those stores. And we even saw the Grocers Association oppose the Farm Bill in very strong language. We're also seeing, of course, health advocates come out against the Farm Bill as well. It is being called a very bureaucratic, costly, and unworkable proposal. It was a partisan vote in the House Agricultural Committee. It now goes to the House where it is not necessarily expected to pass because there are enough moderate Republicans that are not appreciating this very strict work requirement, knowing that food security is one of the cornerstones of American family security and economic security. It's also being called a wealth transfer. What you're actually doing is an upward redistribution of income. It's a regressive redistribution of income, taking money from the lowest income families and reappropriating it into different households, and it's looking like it's going to be the wealthier households and wealthier farms that are going to benefit from this redistribution of wealth. It's being called backwards. Food benefits are crucial for work support, not necessarily the other way around. We need to make sure that families are nourished and have food security so they can be more productive in the workplace and in the economy. Most recipients of food support already work as well, so there's a massive misunderstanding of how people are trying to support their families and the food support that's necessary to go along with that. And finally, the Agricultural Committee Chairman Conway, when asking about the bill and the very strict work requirement language, made his very partisan political statement, well, we're just trying to give people a springboard out of poverty, and that's why we're requiring them to work. So it is coming down to very political, polarized language in the Farm Bill. Will it succeed in the House? Maybe. Will it pass the Senate? That's an even bigger hurdle. So we will keep you tuned. Right now, we already have the green light where it's made it out of the House Agricultural Committee and it's working its way through the legislative process. You can read H.R. 2, the Agriculture and Nutrition Act of 2018 for yourself. You can also read an article that was very informative from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, going into a little bit more of the arguments of the importance of food security and what it looks like if you were to impose this very strict work requirement on families, including families with children in the home. You can also send us your questions or send us an email and read more of our articles and watch videos on this topic, and you can do all of that at healthwatchwisconsin.org. Thanks for joining us.